Space Marines are surprisingly not the easiest miniatures for a beginner to paint. While their shapes are fairly simple, those large flat armor panels make beginner-friendly techniques like washes and dry brushing much less effective. But today, I'll show you how a single tool can solve that problem. The issue with washes is that they don't have many recesses to settle into. Instead, on areas like the legs, they often end up pulling towards the bottom as gravity pulls the paint down, leaving behind those familiar blotches. And I am sure you have also seen the grainy finish that dry brushing tends to leave on the smooth, rounded armor panels. Now, that doesn't mean these techniques can't produce a result that's more than good enough. They absolutely can, they just require a bit more finesse. But instead, today I want to show you how to use a simple makeup sponge to paint those flat surfaces quickly and easily, while achieving smooth transitions without any extra blending. Over a black primer, I'll start by applying 2 coats of dark gray. I even mixed in a tiny amount of brown to make the color a little richer and less flat. It's a very subtle change, but one I think makes the final result more interesting. From there, I'll grab my makeup sponge and completely soak it in water. Then I'll squeeze out the excess and even dab it on a piece of cloth until it's only slightly damp. This step is important because it prevents the paint from drying inside the sponge while we're working. Over on my wet palette, I'll thin my paint before working it into the sponge. As you might imagine, the more diluted the paint is, the more transparent each layer becomes. And that is exactly what allows us to build up those smooth transitions. My first mix, however, was a little too thin, so I added a bit more paint before applying the first layer. This first layer will be applied over almost the entire model. It will not have much impact on the final result, which actually makes it the perfect opportunity to get used to the tool without worrying about making mistakes. Our only objective here is to cover the armor panels while lightly stamping the sponge onto the surface. By letting only the surface of the sponge touch the model, it won't reach down into the recesses, leaving the darker base coat behind to act as our shadows. As I move on to the next color, which I'll simply mix into whatever paint is left from the previous one, there is something worth keeping in mind. Just like when brush painting, acrylic paints become noticeably duller as they dry. With this technique, however, the effect is even more noticeable, so don't panic if a freshly applied layer looks much brighter than you expected. Because we are working with diluted paint, it will naturally take more than a single coat to build up full opacity, just like the famous 2 thin coats. Before applying another layer though, give the previous one a few seconds to dry. Otherwise, you might smear half-dry paint which will stand out and will take a lot of work to fix. As an extra tip, if you ever feel like you've gone a little too bright, or perhaps stamped a highlight further than you intended, simply use the clean side of the sponge to gently soften the transition. It will not completely erase what you've done, but it will pick up a little bit of the paint. And since the sponge is still slightly damp, it also helps blend everything together. As I move on to the final highlight, I'll mainly work with the very tip of the sponge. This allows me to place the brightest highlights much more precisely, while at the same time, putting everything we talked about into practice. That means slowly building up the opacity with several light coats, allowing each layer to dry before the next, and using the back of the sponge whenever I need to soften a transition that has become a little too strong. In the end, the finish ends up looking surprisingly similar to what you might achieve with an airbrush. Before gluing the model together, I also made sure to at least base coat some of the hard-to-reach areas, like the aquila and the back of the weapon. Depending on the sculpt you are working on, you may have to paint the model in sub-assemblies. On the Space Marine, for example, it made reaching areas like the chest, the crotch and the back of the legs much easier. Next week, we'll be looking at one of the easiest ways to get clean recess shading without ruining those smooth armor panels. So if you don't want to miss out, consider subscribing and ringing the bell. As always, thank you very much for watching, and let me know in the comments what beginner topic you'd like to see me cover next.